Now, I know a lot of you guys are really insecure about sex. Your Uncle Mark Singh's got your back. Do not take it sexual until she's ready to go there. Guys, little piece of advice. Don't send dick pics. If you have your fucking dick and your face is in the background, guess what? She's posting your dick pic all over social media. You are getting absolutely canceled. So I am going to actually give you 15 of these kinds of questions that lead to sex. First, you start flirting, then you guys start making out, and sex is obviously on the table. Women absolutely love Erotica, like 50 Shades of Grey. Here's a big tip, boys. You accuse her of being naughty in secret. Make love to her. Her voice will literally make you come in your pants, bro. Then you want to essentially, quote unquote,
welcome to the Unapologetic Man Podcast, the only podcast that's all about self-improvement, confidence, success, women, and being a man without making any apologies for it.
What is up, you champions? Thank you for tuning in to another episode of the UMP. And today, guys, I am delivering 10 conversational topics that lead to sex. And you know your boy Mark Singh always delivers. So I am going to actually give you 15 of these kinds of questions, these kinds of games, these kinds of topics that lead to sex. Because boys, you know how it works. First you start flirting, then you guys start making out. Then certain things happen, like her titties come out. You guys maybe go to third base where she gives the sick duck. And sex is obviously on the table. Women absolutely love to talk about sex. This is why they love Erotica, like 50 Shades of Grey and all kinds of crap like that. Marissa, my woman, she reads this like smut about like angels and demons and unicorns, and they're all like fucking each other. And I'm like, are you seriously wasting your time reading that shit? And she's like, oh my hell, I love it so much. Girls love this stuff. So you need to build that imagination inside her head of what it would be like to have sex with you. Now, I know a lot of you guys are really insecure about sex. You don't know what to do in the bedroom. That's why, once again, your Uncle Mark Singh's got your back, not only with this podcast episode, but check this out. In August or September, we haven't quite decided yet, me and my friend Kirsten are going to do a sex masterclass, teaching you guys how to satisfy a woman in bed. Because if you could satisfy her in bed, she will almost definitely stay with you. She will fall in love with you. You guys have seen it. When a woman is sexually satisfied, she catches feelings. It releases a lot of chemicals in her brain, which pair bond her to you and keep her interested in you, keep her from leaving you. That is going to happen in August or September. So keep your eyes peeled. Keep coming back to my podcast. This girl is so unbelievably sexy. Her voice will literally make you come in your pants, bro. You're going to be like that guy from that music video, I Jizzed in Me Pants. Did you guys ever see that? It was like a Saturday Night Live short where he's just like talking to a girl and he jizzes in his pants. That's what's going to happen to you when you come to this masterclass. Her voice is so fucking sexy. This girl's really hot. She knows everything there is to know about what it takes to satisfy a woman in bed. So stay tuned for that. All right, guys, let's get into the content. So the first thing I love to do to start talking about sex is truth or dare. Now, for those of you guys who have been listening to my podcast for a long time, I did a recording a couple months ago about what to do on the second date. And what was my favorite thing to do? Hot tub and truth or dare. You get her into a bikini. You get your board shorts on. Hopefully you don't look like a potato with a bathing suit on it. You guys get into the hot tub and you play truth or dare. If you don't know what truth or dare is, it's basically a question game. She could either answer a question and has to give you the truth, or you dare her to do something. Now, you guys can obviously see how this will lead to sex. So you can ask her, have you ever had sex in a public place? Where was the craziest place you've ever had sex? What's the craziest position you've ever done it in? Or you can dare her to do certain things. Flash a nipple. Take off her top for 5 minutes and somebody might come in and you have to deal with it. These are the kinds of games that you can play, playing either truth or dare in the hot tub, or perhaps you're just doing it in your house. You're asking her sexual questions. You're daring her to do sexual kinds of things. Oh my hell. This gets so much attraction going. It's the way to start bringing up sex. Number 2, accuse her of being trouble or secretly naughty. You can say to her, I see you bite your lip when you're thinking of something naughty. I know what you're thinking about. I see you biting your lip. Or I can tell you're the type who acts classy all night and whispers something nasty when no one's around. Or you could say, I can tell you're the type who pretends to be shy, then you take control when the lights go off. So this is a little bit of a cold read. You accuse her of being naughty in secret and say, I can tell that. I can tell that you're thinking this. I can tell you're this way in the bedroom. I can tell that you like it the certain way. Here's a big tip, boys. The way she kisses you is the way you should first make love to her, have sex with her, or even fuck her. And the reason why I say those three terms is because if she kisses really sensually and really passionately and she's really affectionate in her kissing, then you want to make love to her. If she kisses really hard and bites your fucking lip and rips out your hair, which I hate when chicks do that, then you want to essentially, quote unquote, fuck her, which means she likes it rough. And you guys could talk about that. Do you like it rough or do you like it soft? And then she'll probably say it depends on the mood, and you agree with it. Now you guys are talking about sex. But like that cold read, I can tell that is huge. Number 3, misinterpret something she says to be sexual. Say, for example, you guys are texting and she's like, I just got out of the shower. You could be like, whoa, you can't just say that and expect me to stay focused. So you're alluding to sexual stuff. Now, obviously, boys, I hope I don't have to mention this, but for those of you who are new, do not take it sexual until she's ready to go there. As I say time and time again to you idiots, women are the barometer for your escalations, meaning only when she's ready to escalate, both with kissing as well as speaking sexually, do you take it there. One of the biggest mistakes I see from guys, which labels them as creepy, is when they get sexual too quickly. Like they just meet a girl and he's like, ooh, I like the way you're holding that beer. Alluding to something she's doing in a sexual way before she's ready to get there with you. This is the way you get labeled as creepy. And this is what so many guys do, especially like the old creepy guy who doesn't want to be creepy, but he doesn't understand how these things work. And he's like talking sexually to this younger girl and she's totally grossed out by it because she's not there with him. She needs to be attracted to you. She needs to be the one who's ready to go sexual. How do you tell? Well, dude, you guys just made out. Maybe you sucked on her tit. She gave you a blowjob. Now the obvious next step is sex. So you could probably talk about sex. Or she's super attracted. She's flipping her eyes at you. She's saying things to you, which I've heard many times. I've never wanted to kiss a guy so badly. Now you can start talking about physicality. You can start talking about sexual type stuff. Number 4, what's your biggest turn on? An awesome question to see kind of what she's into. Oftentimes, and you guys know this, before you have sex with a girl, you guys talk about like what you like, where you're going to do it. Sometimes you even plan it out and you can ask these kinds of questions. So I'm curious about you. What's your biggest turn on? And maybe she's not comfortable to talk about it, but it's a good question to initially pry open getting into that kind of sexual talk. Number 5, where's the craziest place you've ever done it? That was part of my truth or dare questions that I suggest. Number 6, talk about sensual experiences, such as getting a massage. And you could even do this over texting. You could say, you know what's so underrated? A really good massage. Like the kind where you're half asleep, the lights are low, maybe some soft music playing, someone taking their time, just making you melt. And then you can go into number 7, framing yourself as being good at delivering certain things, such as giving her a massage. So for those of you who know how to massage girls, this is your key into getting to massage her, which, by the way, is the best way to kick off a threesome. If you guys agree to have a threesome, you and 2 other chicks, the best way to do it is the dual action massage, where 2 of you massage one girl, her shirt's off, her bra's off, then the 2 of you start making out and you bring her into it. The best way to kick off a threesome, the dual action massage. But if you could talk about such things as giving a massage or even explain to her how you'd go down on her, licking her clit super gently the first time, just really softly from bottom to top. And even sometimes I'll explain to them, I'm going to lick your clit all the way up your clit and keep licking all the way up to your breast. Kiss your breast and start kissing you. Come all the way back down again with my tongue and start licking your clit again. Oh my God, this makes them melt. So you're explaining to them using their imagination. Remember, guys, women love Erotica. They love this kind of crap because it gets them turned on. Number 8, talk about hearing other people have sex. And this is a conversational topic I'll often bring up. I'll be like, have you ever noticed that whenever you hear other people having sex, like in a hotel room, or if you've ever lived in an apartment building, you always visualize them as being like super good looking. You just think that they're going to be hot, maybe because we watch porn and the people are always good looking on there. And then like the next morning they walk out and they're like horrendously ugly. And you're like, oh my God, I can't believe that turned me on. But talking about other people having sex, you guys can tell stories about where you heard it and kind of what happened. Now you're talking about sex, and you can lead that into other conversations of you and her having sex. You getting your red helmeted warrior into her squish mitten, which of course is the point of this entire episode. What do you think makes someone good in bed is another question you can ask her. Forces her to visualize and discuss preferences in a flirty, sexy kind of way. So you're like, what do you think it is that makes people good in bed? Do you think it's the chemistry? Do you think it's the passion? Is it the technique? Like, does size matter? What do you think about that? Now you guys are talking about sex. Next one, role play teasing. I alluded to this earlier, but oh my God, this is so effective. So you could say things like, you'd be such a bratty assistant, I'd have to fire you on day one. And she'd be like, no, I'm not. And you'd be like, what would you do to keep your job? How would you keep that job? And we've all seen the porn scene where it's like in the office and the assistant gives him a blowjob. You can kind of allude to that. And what I like to do with my role-playing kind of stuff is set it up where I'm the attractive guy and she's the one chasing me, trying to convince me to be with her. And she's the one who's like more into me than I am into her. Like, she's a stalker. She wants nothing more than to work with me just so she could be close to me. And she would do just about anything. And I'd be like, oh my God, I'd walk into the office and you'd be there in your freaking lingerie. What color is it? Oh, it's white. It has a garter belt, right? And do you have a top on or are you topless? And then what would you do? And now you guys are role playing. She's being the one chasing you, super into you, trying to seduce you and basically keep her job. Number 11, use the metaphors or sensory language when describing food, drinks, or experiences. This is kind of an NLP trick that I've used here and there. I don't absolutely love it, but you could say something to the effect of, this chocolate is literally better than sex. The way it melts in your mouth, the way you can feel its creaminess. It's just like sex. I've done that sometimes, not really my style, but you guys can absolutely steal that one. All right, bring up energy or vibe, and saying hers is intoxicating or dangerous. And what I'll often like to say is, Sarah, chemistry just can't be faked. You either have it or you don't. And I'm going to be honest with you. Seems like we have some chemistry, like your vibe, just the way you kind of look at me. It just turns me on. It's just our chemistry together just totally does it for me. And again, guys, if she's on that level as well, if she's already into you, she's flirting with you, then you can say, fuck, dude, our chemistry. And what I spoke about in a recent episode is I said, you know what? We cannot kiss right now because there are hundreds of innocent civilians in this bar. And if we kiss, it's literally going to detonate like a bomb and kill everybody. So slow down, Sarah. We can't kiss right now. Don't look at me like that. I'm going to have to start charging you rent if you keep looking at me like that. Stop it. Stop looking at me like that. Come here. Let me see inside your eyes. You got to stop looking at me like that, and then push her away. That kind of flirtiness works really well, and you can bring that up with conversation. The next one, what's something you've always wanted to try but haven't yet? And then you can bring that into sexual kind of stuff. So you're like, what's something you've always wanted to try that you haven't yet? And she's like, oh, I've always wanted to bungee jump, and I've never done it. And you'd be like, damn, bungee jumping? I'm so terrified of that. It feels like my fucking spine would just rip out. And it would be like Mortal Kombat where my meat suit just ends up on the ground and I'm hanging there with my skeleton. And she's laughing and you guys are like, yeah, what else would you want to try? Well, what about like sexual stuff? Have you ever had sex on the hood of a car, off the side of a highway, kind of like off a side road? Have you ever done that before? And she'll tell you either no or yes. And then from there, you could speak more about sexual kind of stuff. Number 14, boys, and I saved this one for the end because it's so fucking powerful. And I save 15 for the end too because these two are gangster. Number 14 is talk about her Zodiac sign. I do this all the time, even though I know nothing about Zodiac signs. I'm like, so hey, what sign are you? And she's like, oh, I'm an Aquarius, I'm a Pisces, I'm a Del Beef Burrito. I don't know what the fuck these things are called, but she tells you what she is. Then what you do is you say, oh no, God damn it. I was like liking you, but now that's a deal breaker. And she's like, why is that a deal breaker? And you're like, well, I'm an Aquarius. And when Aquarius and a Pisces get together, you do know what happens, right? And she's like, no, what? You'd be like, dude, the chemistry, the sexual chemistry literally causes fireworks. literally causes explosions. Now, at this point, she's going to be like, oh my God, you're so stupid. And you'd be like, no, I'm serious. Do you know how many people have died when Aquariuses and Pisces have hooked up? It's literally written in ancient texts. Do not allow Aquariuses and Pisces to hook up because a detonation happens, too much chemistry, too much sexuality. Like if we had sex and you're on top of me, I would come so hard, it would literally blast you up to the ceiling and you'd fucking hit your head. Like that movie, Scary Movie, where that girl's riding that dude and he's like, oh shit. And he comes and she fucking blasts off his dick and hits the ceiling. That's what it would be like. So we can't do that. And you can see I'm joking, I'm being flirty, we're bantering, but it also talks about sexuality. So what's your sign? She tells you what it is. Oh no, we can't hook up because there would be too much chemistry. Girls love this shit, boys. They love to banter. They love to kid around. And if you could do this correctly, it's going to build tons of sexual anticipation, increase the chances of you getting your red helmeted warrior into her squish mitten. The last one, boys, number 15, is to play the innocent or guilty game, which is a lot like truth or dare. You ask her if she's innocent or guilty of doing what you ask. So, for example, have you ever sent a sexy picture to somebody or even a nude to somebody? Is she innocent or is she guilty? Innocent meaning she's never done it. Guilty meaning she has done it. Most girls have. And then she'll ask you, have you ever sent a dick pic to somebody? Guys, little piece of advice. Don't send dick pics. Okay, unless she's your girlfriend, you trust her implicitly. If you have your fucking dick with your face in the background, right? Like you take it from the ball level up and your boner is just raging and your face is in the background looking like a goddamn bozo with a smile going from ear to ear and you piss her off, guess what? She's posting your dick pic all over social media. You are getting absolutely canceled and embarrassed. Do not send dick pics. At the most, you can send like shirtless selfies. Or, and I will admit this, I've sent a couple where like I'm in the mirror naked, but I'm covering my dick and I'm like shredded. But dude, I even regret sending that. What if some girl hears this podcast, learns I'm a dating coach for men, gets all pissed off and then starts blasting that? Oh, you like Mark Singh? Look at this creepy pervert who sent me this picture of him naked. I just don't do it, boys. If she wants pictures, she can get pictures of me shirtless. That's the most I'm doing. Another question is innocent or guilty, making out with someone in public. Pretty innocent. That's kind of more like teenager type questions, but still decent for a girl you're just speaking to about sexual kind of stuff. Innocent or guilty, fantasizing about someone you shouldn't. So who have you fantasized about? I'll tell you who I fantasized about. And she's like, who? You'd be like, actually, I'm not going to tell you. Someone you know really well. Someone who you're very close to, but I'm not telling you. Who? My friend Amy? Nah, you sea donkey. I'm talking about you, you idiot. Right? Some of these girls are a little thick-headed. Next one, innocent or guilty, skinny dipping. Have you guys ever done that? Gotta be honest. It's pretty dope, dude. Especially with the hot girl. Yeah, I like skinny dipping. Innocent or guilty, starting something you know you couldn't finish. Is she guilty of starting a flirtatious sexual conversation with you where perhaps she's not confident enough to finish it? These are the kind of pressure questions you could put on girls where you guys flirt, you guys have banter, and most importantly, you're talking about sexual things so that yet again, boys, you could get that red helmeted warrior who's so dry he's going to audition for the next movie of Dune, enter her squish mitten, and finally get your dick wet outside of the shower. And that's what I do for my boys in my 3-month coaching program. So 2 things I want you to do. First of all, guys, apply for my fucking program. How many times do I have to ask you? If you haven't done it yet, come speak to us. If your dick is so dry it only gets wet in the shower, it's time to talk about us. Secondly, if you're unconfident or even if you just want to get better in bed, come to our masterclass that's taking place either in August or September. Kirsten and I are still working it out, but it's going to happen soon. So kind of put it on your radar. Oh shit, Mark's going to do a sex masterclass and he's getting a woman who's an absolute expert in sex, who, by the way, has literally the sexiest voice you will ever hear in your life, to come on to this masterclass and teach you guys to absolutely blow women away in the bedroom, to make them look like a screaming demon that just got hit with a tornado. You're so gangster in the bedroom. You guys need to come to this. Keep it on your radar. I'll let you know when it launches, and you too can get the secrets that this babe Kirsten is about to reveal. So guys, I super appreciate you listening. Use these 15 to get girls even more sexually attracted to you, to set the precedence of sexuality so that when it goes down, it's exciting for her. She's looking forward to it, and you're not going to get that kind of last minute resistance. If she's willing to talk about it, if she's willing to be flirty with you and even go sexual with you, be explicit with you, the chances of you actually getting to have sex with her go up tenfold. So definitely use these. Once again, once she's attracted enough for you to do so, she is the barometer for your escalations. Gentlemen, I do appreciate you listening. I drop podcasts on Mondays and Thursdays, so please stay tuned for the next one, and I will see you in the next episode. I was spunky on that one, boys.